Greetings, Hallowmaniacs. It's Steph here, and we have an exciting video for you today. We have 4 stops where we're going to thrift, we're going to go antiquing, and also see a flea market. So lots of finds here. Let's get going. Alright guys, so our first stop is going to take us to Delavan, Wisconsin. And this was fun because this is a trip where Joe and I actually both had work things going on, and we actually got to travel with each other.
Yeah, always fun and always good on some of the downtime after work to see what trouble you can get into and look for some treasures, right?
That's right, and we found an antique store that was absolutely massive. It had 3 different floors. We've never been in this one before, and we came in and we saw a bunch of different kind of rocks. And I always think rocks are cool.
Yeah.
I love amethyst. I think they sometimes just have that mystical power to
They
them,
sure
so.
do. They sure do. They're special.
We did find some really cool books as well. The Mystic Ball, I like this one. I was kind of looking at it. I kind of have like a theme going. You probably have heard me say in different videos, kind of like a witch's room we want to do a theme for Halloween.
Witch's supernatural type stuff, right?
A witch's cottage, something. And, you know, then I found these really cool books over here. It's The Hand of Dracula, The Witching of Dracula. These were really cool books.
It's all about the cover art, man. The books and stuff, they just draw you in with those cover art images for sure.
I know. I need to get better at actually reading the books.
Yes.
But they're, you know, really cool things and cool books. Hey, I think we actually ended up maybe taking one home.
I think we did, yes.
Yes, but look at that. From far away.
Orange alert.
Orange alert. I was like playing with the zoom and I'm like, woo.
Even with all the Santa Clauses there.
That's right. There was Halloween as well. And kind of just going up on the second level now, they had a lot of showcases. And this was a product that I regret not getting. It's Hamlin's Wizard Oil Ointment. And it was actually something as a cure-all. So it was based in the 1800s. A actually Chicago-based magician invented this. And it was supposed to cure everything. You could use it internally, externally.
Magical elixirs, right?
It was. I think they ended up kind of going up until maybe the like the 1950s or 60s. It stopped. But, you know, they even said it could cure cancer.
And if that's there when we go back, we're picking it up. That's
it was such a
find.
cool product. Yeah, I think they went extinct. They ended up getting in trouble a little bit with the law, kind of claiming more than what it could do, but it was still really cool to see.
And upstairs here, just tons of cool stuff, lots of decor. Found these old school candles. Those were kind of cool, these vintage candles.
I love their vintage faces. Look at that with the teeth. I mean, it reminds me of the paper mache pumpkins with the cutouts and just the little kind of twirly little eyes there. I love that.
Hey, and a Santa with a pumpkin. That's kind of neat.
It looks like the jack-o'-lantern has part of Santa's beard.
I think he does.
But it's kind of cool to see that little mashup of the holidays there.
Yep. This looks like some treat bags or something,
Lumineers.
Oh, Lumineer bags. Yes, you're right.
So we had those growing up, Joe, and it devastated me because I remember somebody took them.
Oh.
We had them outside, kind of placed up, going up the walkway, and somebody took them.
People are rotten. I get it.
They can be. But I love this little vintage, I think it was a tablecloth.
Tableware, yep, you got it.
And I love little jack-o'-lantern face, the candy corn. Looks total 80s or 90s decor.
Classic Halloween, 100%.
Do you have any favorite decorations that you had growing up?
Oh man, I remember my parents had these foam-looking pumpkins with these interesting-looking
the little faces.
looks on their faces. Those were super cool. We used to stuff dummies and put them all around the property and stuff, which were cool. I mean, just great memories.
And that's the great thing about going into antique stores like this. You can kind of relive some of your childhood memories, and let us know if you guys had a favorite decoration that maybe your parents put out or you put out when you were younger. We'd love to hear that.
Absolutely.
Hey, maybe it could be some of these old cards where you're looking through here and it was kind of I wouldn't say super old cards. They could even be, you know, it looks like after the 2000s, mid 2000s, but they were great. You know, I love when you can sit here for $1.50 each. And hey, I wish I had some old postcards and old cards as well.
Vintage Halloween postcards are super, super rare and very difficult to come by for sure.
But that was our experience in Delavan. I think I'm saying it right, but that was fun. And then we went in thrifting. So let's look here. I was kind of going through here, the shelves, and kind of saw some retro, that tablecloth right there. And little did I know, this was actually going to be a store that I found my best ever thrift find at.
Ooh.
So you are going to want to stay tuned to the end of the video here because I was really excited about this.
That's cool.
And kind of went into here. I saw that little cauldron there. It looked like a candle should have been in there, but there was some lanterns here. A little candle. I like that little pumpkin. A lot of miscellaneous glasses. You can always find those at a Goodwill thrift store. And just kind of, it's always sometimes difficult too to kind of, it's like the balancing act, trying to make sure you don't knock everything over. But I was looking for more of the vintage, and look at this witch right here.
Quite the honker on her on that nose.
Yeah. Possibly, and the knotted up legs right there.
Right, right.
It kind of reminds me of Beetlejuice.
Definitely a unique one-on-one.
But this right here, guys, this is where I found some really cool things. It looked like somebody had a bunch of 70s, 80s, and 90s toys in these grab bags. And never ever take these for granted or bypass them, because this is where I found like my best thrifting find. And it may not be everybody's, you know, favorite thing in the world, but I found something good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Never underestimate the power of the grab bag.
That is. I love grab bags. That like brings the joy to my heart. And this pumpkin did too. I mean, this is adorable with the little hat there. I kind of saw this remind me of a bowling pin.
Yeah, definitely looks like a bowling pin.
Look at her
with some red hair on it.
Yeah. It's so cute though.
That's unique.
And $1.99. They have some really good prices at the store.
Wisconsin always has an awesome selection, I have to agree.
They do. And this was kind of giving me vintage vibes. I'm not sure how old it was, but I love the two little witches there. I love those lanterns. I kept looking at them, and $1.99, not
a bad price at all.
No, you're not going to find that. You could go into an antique store and they'll at least charge $10, $15.
I wish we could transport all the Halloween thrift stuff from Wisconsin to Michigan.
I know. Did you see it?
Oh man, look at that.
If you guys know me, I love little jack-o'-lantern faces, and
Those are those poppers, right?
It's from Fun World. Yeah, so I saw those. You can see they come in a cat version, a ghost version. I ended up getting both recently. I had the ghost for a long time, and I wanted to find the black cat
And it's even got the original sticker on there, 79 cents. That's pretty rare to find with a sticker, too.
And for $2.99, and vintage McDonald's alert. But
That's cool.
I was so excited. I was like a kid in a candy shop with all this stuff here. They had a lot of 80s, 90s, and the Fun World ones were sometimes made in the 60s and 70s. So
that's amazing.
I went in the store and I'm like, I'm not looking at it to see if it's the ghost or the cat. I'm going to wait till we get home. So I did not look at it at this point. But they had some cool dinosaurs, and I wasn't sure. I'm not really an expert on how old those could be. But kind of going back to the shelves here, they had this really cute witch sign, Happy Halloween, with the battery pack. It looks like it lit up in the back. Yeah. And then this is a unique kind of little pot right here. You know, probably light up with that as well. I don't know if it was missing the top or if that's how it's supposed to be, but I liked how it looked. You'll see I'm carrying a baseball in my hand. So that was
interesting combo there, right?
Yeah, so I was trying to juggle camera, baseball, merchandise.
You brought that baseball home for me. It was an official Major League Baseball for only $1.99.
Yeah, so Joe's also a big sports fan, so that's something else, another hobby, right?
Good finds, man. This place had it all.
Look at this ceramic. I love the scarecrow. It looked like a snowman hybrid of a scarecrow with the little nose right there and the mouth. But this is something, I didn't know if it was maybe one that somebody painted homemade, but I thought it was really great coloring. It was all intact. So that's going to go home and make somebody's home happy with that.
Oh, for sure.
And I like this pumpkin face right here. $1.99, so not bad at all. There's a lot of Halloween stuff here. I was really surprised. But then again, it is Wisconsin. They usually have a ton of great thrift finds. And look at this guy here.
That's cool.
He has that light up face. Kind of, you'll see in the bottom here, I could tell it was old with the yellowing, and had one of those like little disc batteries that you put in the key fob. It reminds me of for your car, but like those little disc ones. But yeah, I was like, that's kind of cool. It had a blow mold feel to it, so it was plastic. And
trivia for folks at the end: how many times does the baseball make a cameo appearance in this video? I'm just kidding.
Oh my goodness, I'm not even counting that, Joe.
Just kidding.
Any answers right?
Yeah, look at that though. What is that? Is that a tablecloth?
Yeah, it's one of those vinyl ones, and that looked older to me. And this was creepy.
Oh gosh.
I think it was like a feathered.
Oh man.
It's not taxidermy, but the way it looked like that. I mean,
Binks would flip out if she saw that.
Our little black kitty cat Binks, she would probably say, "What did you do?" $1.99. But it was kind of cool. I think it was creepy. It was giving off cool Halloween
it's creepy,
vibes.
all right.
And then we saw these little lights here. This was adorable, these little blow mold lights. I like those. I don't think they're super, super old, but I think there's, sometime after 2000 and whatnot. But I like those a lot, the string lights. This was nice, this little cauldron right here. In general foam, so I am familiar with that. They make a lot of the pumpkin buckets. They make different, I've seen skull ones. This was really cool with the cauldron. And, here I was like thinking, oh man, I wish I could fit this in my bag to take home. But I think that'd be cool. I like the pumpkin buckets. This is a different kind of version, seeing the witch's cauldron. But you can see here, and I kind of just wanted to go outside. Like, these Goodwills, the parking lots are full.
Oh, yeah.
But it was time to go to an antique store again, and I saw some really cool vintage Halloween stuff here. So Joe and I went a long time ago together. He's been to this one with me. He wasn't here during this time, but they have some really cool, I like this Wild Moon resale. They have clothing, a lot of clothing this time of year, and this vendor has some really cool stuff.
Ooh, melted popcorn decoration.
Yes. But look at this beautiful little blanket here. I love the crocheted blankets, those fall colors. We got our first one last year at an antique store in Michigan, and ended up paying, I think it was like $12, $10 or $12.
Not a bad price, yeah. It's a pretty cool piece.
But look at these cute Halloween decorations, a ceramic with the ghost right here. That would look great up on a cabinet. And I've seen that witch's face before. It reminds me of, like you said, the pumpkins.
It does.
But she's squishy like the pumpkins. So $12 here, $19.89. And this vendor has some cool things I was beginning to see, because I went in here not too long ago, maybe about a month ago, and there was really no Halloween. So now I'm starting to see the Halloween come out. It is Summerween.
I can't wait for like August. I think August through November, you're going to find tons of stuff.
Oh, absolutely. I think so too. But I love to see these orange little pop-ups here and there. This is really cool. These like little kind of dishes here. And then they had a little basket here, but kind of moving on. They just had this find right here was a Casper ceramic house.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And it had Casper coming out of it. I thought that was really nice. And it's in the box, original. No light and sound. So if you ever get those light ups, it's usually easy to replace them. You can even buy the cords on Amazon if you ever find blow molds, things like that. But look at all of these fall colors. Now this is not strictly Halloween, but for me, I love the fall colors like that. Those oranges, those yellows, greens, those burnt oranges and reds. And I did find a little pumpkin mug here. It's cute, isn't he?
Yeah. What's been everybody's ultimate Halloween thrift find so far this year? If you found something really cool this year, drop us a note in the comments and let us know what it was.
Yeah. I love finding.
We're always on the lookout, but there's always those diamonds in the rough that you find.
Absolutely.
Oh,
look at this
that.
noisemaker.
That's cool.
Yes, there's so many cool things here in this next booth. There's noisemakers. I'll show you this McCormick. You'll see here in a second. And
I see it right there. McCormick with the pumpkin. Yep.
It's a pumpkin pie spice, and this is really rare. I only found one online, and after I was trying to reach, because like on one of the bottom shelves there, and I'm trying to see what the price was, and I thought I saw $8. Well, yeah, obviously I needed to get my eyes checked, because I get somebody to open the cabinet, they're like, it's $95.
Oof.
I'm like, oh, that's way different.
Just a tad difference in price, right?
But the vendor's not wrong. I mean, I looked, the one I found was like $125.
Yeah, they're super rare, so that's actually a pretty good price.
I mean, this stuff is very rare, and I love these, the treat bags. You could see that. But we want to have one last stop, and this is kind of from a while. We filmed this ago. It was actually back home in Michigan. Royal Oak, I guess, every month.
Every couple weeks they do. Yeah, every month or so they do a farmer's market with antiques and collectibles and all kinds of cool keepsakes that you can rummage through.
And Joe and I, this is our first time ever going. We found this and saw like this kind of vintage-ish. Little like kind of Halloween decoration here. They had a bunch of outside materials that we were kind of looking through, and then lots of silverware. But kind of saw some even modern t-shirts.
Shirts. Those are pretty cool.
Yeah, and I mean, I love the modern as well. This is it was like a lion, but you notice there's a Jason mask on it. Isn't it Jason?
Yeah. Little confusion going on there.
Creepy.
Twilight Zone, look at that. That's pretty cool.
I've never seen the Twilight Zone magazine. Have you seen that before?
No, I have not, but Rod Sterling's Twilight Zone magazine is pretty cool.
Yeah, it had a lot of cool different... I saw Rod Sterling on the page there, Premonition. I mean, there was some really cool things. I remember the Twilight Zone. We started to watch it last year.
Watched a few episodes.
Yeah.
We need to keep watching.
We need to, and we were really getting hooked on it for a while.
Such a good show.
It is. I love, if you guys have ever been to Disney World and went to the Hollywood Studios.
Man.
It had
Favorite ride, Tower of Terror.
Tower of Terror. But here we found ourselves back to the rock booths. And this one, they had some really cool stones, and you'll see this beautiful, beautiful deep amethyst rock here in a second.
Or your favorite thing that I say, majestic crystals.
Oh yeah, Joe, majestic crystals. If you guys have seen our
Midland video,
yes, he was like tuning in and saying that. But
that amethyst is pretty cool. It's a deep, dark purple too. Look at that.
If you can kind of if you love amethyst, the deeper the purple, kind of the more valuable.
The more calming too, and the more
is.
valuable. Yeah, for sure.
Cha-ching.
There you go, right? Look at these cool old VHS tapes too and stuff. And we actually found a really cool set here that I think we took home, which we'll show here in a minute. But one of them was one of our favorite Fright Night. So that's one of our favorite
I'm sorry.
films.
It was not Fright Night.
No.
It was Once Bitten.
Once Bitten.
Yes.
And Edward Scissorhands was the other one that was pretty cool.
Yes, I don't know. I do love Fright Night too, and I was just thinking of that earlier today. And
Once Bitten, though, that was Jim Carrey's first movie, and man, it's hilarious.
It's
corny,
funny.
but it's a classic.
It is. It's so funny. Here it is.
There it is. I've never seen that on VHS before, so we definitely snagged that up quickly.
I love that movie. I remember watching it when I was younger and like, what kind of movie is this? But
Yes.
it was. I watched it to the end, and it kept me entertained. And
It's definitely entertaining.
now we have it on DVD and VHS.
There you go. VHSs, man, they've made a big comeback, and it's just kind of cool, with the cover art and stuff. That's pretty neat. E.T., that's a record. That's pretty cool.
E.T. phone home.
Elliot.
Elliot. I always like that name, Elliot. That's a cool name. And then this was like a weird... The Wicker Man. Have you seen that movie?
I've seen the one with Nicolas Cage, which I think is the remake, but that one was pretty creepy too, that movie.
I've never seen it.
Halloween, that's pretty cool. That's the remake, though. It's not the original Halloween.
2018-ish,
Yeah,
I think.
that's still pretty neat, though. Pretty cool to find that.
Except the way the series ended. I still will not stand by that.
The last set of 3 movies where they brought Jamie Lee back, I hated how it ended, and I won't play a spoiler alert, but terrible ending.
It got progressively worse.
Yes, it
The
did.
first one was good, though. But kind of, we saw some of the skulls here. I love the eyes on that. It's just, I think sometimes we find the skulls and they have the little, it looks like marbles to me.
Yeah,
but it's a realistic.
Really makes the piece. Classic Ghostbusters figures, those are pretty cool.
Like Slimer.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Ghostbusters
Of course.
character. Was it the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man?
Yes, he was pretty cool too.
Yeah, so I need to rewatch the Ghostbusters movies again. I've forgotten a lot of it.
That's what October's all for, is to revisit those horror films.
And we were just talking about this, a little off topic, but we're thinking we're going to do for Halloween a video each day. So
all 31 days in October, we're going to bring you 31 videos. Stay tuned.
But I'm going to show you what I ended up taking home from the thrift store. So let's check that out now. Alright guys, so I am home and I wanted to show you kind of what I ended up taking home with me. And one of the things was this little, it's kind of like a blow mold. It's a RIP, rest in peace gravestone. But it had that vintage look. I like this little face here. It was kind of neat. I didn't find too many online. I haven't really researched it too much, but for $1.99, not a bad price. And it still works. Here you can see it's kind of faint. I mean, it's not the most lighted up decoration, but you can kind of see I like the little flickering eyes here. If you do own one of these or have seen one like this and you kind of know the time frame, my guess would be maybe it was around like early 2000s, but I could be wrong. So yeah, I would love to hear it if you know a little bit more information about it, but didn't really see any kind of name or anything on it, but yeah, not a bad find. All right, so this is like my top find. I think probably one of the best thrift finds that I've ever had as far as like finding something that's vintage Halloween and in good condition. I've always seen people, and I've never been one of the lucky ones to where they find these and they're like, oh yeah, I found it for $0.25. I found it for 50 cents, or, you know, I found it for free. And me, I'm always like, okay, where is it on eBay? Because I can never find them. I love them. They're like the little pumpkin pop-ups, and, you know, they came from Fun World. Some of them were 60s, 70s. Those are kind of the prime eras that you would find these. And they'd have different little faces. And on the inside, you would have either a ghost or there was a black cat. So this one has a black cat, and it is in super good condition. It has a really great coloring. They all kind of seem to have like that little kind of smudge down the middle. I think that's just where they probably fuse the two parts together. So it's a common thing that I've seen with these. But this one has the original Fun World sticker on it. It's priced at 79 cents. So that was really cool to have that as well. And then it does have, I'll try to be good with this, the squeaker. So I got this in a bag of, kind of grab bag. I think it was like $2.99 for the whole bag. And it had a bunch of 80s, 90s, and even some 70s toys in there. A lot of like Happy Meal, just small little kind of kitty toys like this. And, you know, probably breaking it down, this thing probably did cost like a quarter of all the things that were in there. So I was super happy to find this. Like I said, this is probably one of my best thrift finds. And again, you know, I think you can see it going online anywhere from, like, usually 18 would be pretty cheap, all the way up to even 50 something dollars I've seen. And as you get closer to Halloween, a lot of times you'll find where these items will get a lot pricier. People will kind of bump it up because it's the season. So, you know, if I were to resell it, I think it would probably get a little bit higher price now than if I were to sell it maybe at sometime in January or winter. So, but I love these. I didn't really bite to resell it because I love these so much. So yeah, it was a great find. So I think that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. We had a great time. Joe was with me on one of the antique shops, but then the thrifting, it was kind of like a two-part video. I had to go back for work travel, so the rest of it was me. He unfortunately was not here for these finds, but he was really happy when I kind of brought him home and showed him what I got. So that was really neat. And I also wanted to just mention, so we do have a new Instagram page and a new Hallowmaniacs Facebook page. So I am going to put both the descriptions, or the links I should say, down in the description, as well as our email address at Gmail. So definitely reach out, join those pages if you are on those social media platforms. Would love to interact with you on there as well. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. We just hit 800 subscribers, so we're getting so close to our 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully we'll get there shortly because we have some really cool things lined up. And as always, friends, remember to stay spooky. Till next time.
Trick or treat.